You looked at those scans and you were like, no,
I was like, explain
I'm
it.
this.
Explain the science. I need to know
Mm-hmm.
the science of it. And you're like, just give it a chance. We did our research. You walked me through it, and then I started bringing the data that is unique to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what am I going to say? How could I say otherwise now?
All right, guys. Kyle, Empower TMS, special guest Bobby in studio with us. And I just want to jump right in, man. What brought you to Empower TMS?
My wife brought me in. She suggested it. I'm a 10-year Navy veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Very active. I do coaching on the side. I'm a software developer. I work with a group of software developers as their lead. A lot of agile methodology. A lot of very spontaneous work. One day's crazy. Another day is crazy as well. So my mind's always going. I'm very data driven. I'm very driven by success. Which can have its ups and downs, kind of a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
When things are you're in the zone, things are going your way, you're on that high. And then when there's kind of silence in my head, it's kind of hard to manage. So my wife brought me in, talked to you for a while to try to see what some other outlets would be.
This was a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? When we first met, you first came to the office. I first scanned your brain. It was a year ago, right? Tell me about that one.
So a year ago, it was very different.
Mm-hmm.
That year, I was very goal oriented. I was chasing a promotion. I was chasing, fitness goals. I was chasing trying to be the best husband, being the best parent, best friend, all of that. And it kind of started to pile up. So when you saw me, I was really just focused on goals. So when we met, I apologize because I feel like I didn't really give you time of day. My wife was very engaged and she's very bubbly, but when I'm like that, I'm kind of just I'm more quiet and just always thinking.
We scanned your brain that day. We sat down to go over your brain scans. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was funny because I thought my wife was going to be crazier. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be off the charts.
I love your honesty, man.
Yeah. And because she is very emotional. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and you can kind of like see the passion with her. You don't really see that with me. So like you would think talking to me as level-headed as I look, it would just be that.
It's an interesting statement you just made, and the words right there. We're going to circle back to that.
The level-headedness that you think it is, we looked at the chart and my wife started laughing because it was like, it was all over the place. So I was very surprised because, I try to just manage my emotions internally. I don't really like to voice it too much. I journal, but it doesn't really go too deep. It goes more into reverse engineering a goal and reverse engineering like how I can improve myself as a person. But I never really dive into the past because as a person who studies stoicism, I like to be in the present and then realize how I can get to my destination. But I don't really focus on the past because that's kind of therapy and I don't really go that route.
Okay.
So the brain scan kind of shows that there is stuff that's in the basement, and it showed with all of that. And it was just really interesting. And it kind of set the next year up. Once my goals were gone, once they were finished,
you went off, you achieved those goals that you had set for yourself.
All of them.
Every single one of them. Tell me what those goals were. So we have the stage set.
It was a very large promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, as a person who really enjoys fitness, it was a sub 3 hour marathon. Okay. I got that. Give me another one. I'm Boston qualified. I want more.
Jeez.
More sub 3 hour. So that became like 255. And then it kept going. And then I got kind of bored with that. And I was like, I'm just going to do a bodybuilding competition. I was zoned in on that. Just up and did it in about 6 weeks. Placed, did all of that. And then it was over. And here we are. brain scan is now here. So I'm kind of working with that quietness and trying how to manage that, because I do very well in reverse engineering a goal, like I said, but when there's that quietness, it's kind of hard for me to be okay with that silence that's in the silence that I feel, but all of the noise that's in my head.
Thank you. Yes. Because as you were saying that, I'm like, there's no silence in this situation.
Yeah.
You're doing your best to avoid the chaos that's truly happening in here.
Yeah, there's external silence. Like when I'm by myself, I just feel like it's very quiet. And then once I start really diving into it, and once I put pen to paper, it's just like, my hand is moving and there's so much noise in my head.
Yeah. Luckily for us, we are able to do the peak logic brain scan here at Empower TMS. We have 2 scans on you now, 2 sets of scores. When you came in here, and actually, let me back up real fast, because that first meeting, I never would have expected to treat you. I remember that meeting very well, and not that it was something out of left field. You're a dude. We handle things differently than our partners do, right? Like you said, she came in bubbly, just sharing her feelings with me, and you were like, yeah, right? And I get it. I've been there. When you came back, it's a different story. We went in my office and you shared with me, and we spoke like 2 men that had nothing to hide. And that's where I was like, man, we got something here, and we can build on this. It excited me, man.
I said that our frequencies were kind of the same, because I feel like we're both emotionally intelligent men that are able to articulate our words. And I felt trust with you, so that allowed me to open up. But, some people, when I see them, I'm just going to kind of keep that within, and then kind of just be like, all right, well, let me work on something else. But how we had it, I was very comfortable, and I knew that, you were, obviously you did a scan, you knew the numbers, but you really wanted to know, like, what was the root cause of it?
Yeah. It's more than just the scan, right? There's a person behind this scan.
Yeah.
There's heart, right? I'm looking at the brain. Tell me where the heart's at. Let's see where we can go.
Right.
So, peak logic scan, we saw it. We came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scores, 9 scales we gave you, ranging from tinnitus to anxiety, depression, PTSD. One question I do have before we get into this: 10-year Navy vet. Is your PTSD from military or from life?
It's from life.
Yeah. Right.
The Navy was the thing that grounded me in that moment. It was able for me to channel my emotions. It was all the stuff around it. It was my childhood. It was, the time in between not being on a ship with my buddies, with my, brothers and sisters. It was that other stuff, managing life as, right out of high school, trying to manage, money, trying to manage moving around. It was everything else besides being on a ship, supporting the mission.
Supporting the mission, being on the ship, quieted everything down.
Yeah.
Right? I hear this one all the time. Firefighters are notorious for this. Kyle, running into fire is no problem. I'm great when I'm running into a fire. Send me home. It's chaos. I'm going to start off with your low scales, okay? Headaches. How long you suffer with headaches?
Probably about 6 years now. Probably kind of out the Navy, like right when I got out the Navy.
And they're bad, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's a high score, man.
Yeah. I remember a couple days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was cooking dinner for the family, and then I was like chopping whatever. And I was just like, whoa, hold on. And I had to take a second.
Okay.
And my wife was like, what's going on? I was like, I just have to, my headache just hit me. Give me a second. And then boom, I'm back in.
Okay. So you've done 7 sessions here, right?
Yeah.
Very early in this process, barely scratching the surface on what's about to happen. We do have Bobby scheduled for 40 sessions here at Empower TMS, which I'm extremely excited about. You wanted to document this journey, right? Which we fortunately have the ability to do. After only 7 sessions, your headache scale has dropped 17% already. Have you seen a difference in your headaches? The type of headache that you're getting?
I haven't felt any since this week and change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting at all.
and it's been you know what? It was in the beginning, maybe the first 2 sessions, it was like kind of maybe adapting to it. But I have it, I journaled every session afterwards. And then when I
love that
when I go
so
to
much.
work, and then like whenever I feel something, like I'll be in the car, I'll pull over and I'll just write down, a note.
Good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that. And that it's in your own words, your own handwriting. It's very important. Not enough people do that. So again, that's another thing I'll thank you for. So 17%, that's actually a big deal. People, you hear 17%, what's that?
For a guy that's data driven, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Right? Well, I mean, we're just getting started. Let's see. Anxiety.
Anxiety is probably the highest for me.
Tell me about your anxiety before coming here. Before coming here to sit in a chair, I should say.
Okay, I'll give you an anxiety just based off of my first session. I'm used to coming into work first there, usually last there.
Okay.
So I had to come in later because of our sessions.
Okay.
I was having anxiety when, I scheduled this because I'm like, I'm not going to be there early. Like things are going to fall. Like I'm not in control like I want to. So I started getting anxiety just based off of our scheduling.
Wow.
Or, meals, like if I'm out to eat, like I start to get anxiety because I'm not in control of like what I want to do. Like, what's in this food. I like to be in control of all of that. So,
wow.
It kind of goes with that silence, because now it's like there's no goal for me to eat right, but now I can't I'm trying to like let go of that anxiety because of the quietness.
Starting score of 16, right? High score is 21. So we're not far, right?
Yeah.
19% decrease, 7 sessions. In this 7 sessions, how does that feel? Can you tell? Scratch the data, right? Scratch that number. Can you feel that 19%?
I can. If you want me to
you do. This is you.
in.
This is us documenting this for you.
So like first 3 sessions was tough, slight headaches. I was feeling overwhelmed session 3, just with life. But with that, I was overwhelmed, but I noted I do feel like I have been able to be more patient on Microsoft Teams, emails, text. I want to respond immediately, but now I wait until I'm ready. And then the anxiety was, we have a deadline. I was really just like in the zone and like in that moment, and I wasn't looking too far ahead. I usually don't, but it just felt kind of different. Like my anxiety was like, I didn't care about, I knew the product was going to be right when we got there. I didn't even think about it. I had more trust within myself and my team. So the anxiety was kind of gone.
Okay.
That was around session 5. It says focused exclamation point. That's when it started to really tap in.
Makes total sense. The next lowest score we have, ADHD. Your starting score, 56, was, I think that was actually my starting score too. ADHD, baby, man.
Yeah.
43% decrease in 7 sessions. Where are we at with that? We got any notes on that one?
Yeah, like
focused.
Yeah, I'm I'm a supervisor and a branch head and all of that. So I deal with a lot of people, a day. I have an open door policy, so it's like boom, boom, in and out, in and out. And I felt like at the end of the day, obviously you're a little bit tired and you kind of lose that focus. Like you're looking at somebody, but like the words are kind of just like going around you.
Just glazed over.
I didn't feel that. There was a note in one of these, session 4, star, most productive day to date. It's 5:53, and I'm still in the zone. Drive home, feeling euphoric while listening to music. So the ADHD is usually I'm listening to the beat. I'm not really focusing on the lyrics. Like my mind just doesn't do that.
Yep.
It was like I was focusing on the lyrics, and then on Apple Music, I hit the lyric button and I was like staring at the words. Like it was kind of crazy because I've never really done that before, especially driving home in traffic. Like I was really focused on the words, and I got like euphoric off
I don't
of
mean
it.
to interrupt you, dude, but you're driving. Oh, you're in a Tesla. You're in a Tesla.
I was looking at the road with the lyrics there.
I was like, dude, this is not safe.
Yeah.
But I get you.
I would see it. I would see the words,
Mhm.
you know, the lyrics trickle down. And I felt
what kind of music?
I mean, it went from like country music, Morgan Wallen. It went from like some Larry June. Like it was all over the place.
Okay.
I really didn't have a genre that I wanted to focus on. It was just like, I'm feeling great. Like, let me just hit it on random, and whatever song would go. There was no skips.
When was the last time something like this happened?
Maybe like a good gym session, but like it was never really the lyrics. It was just, you know, you feel the high.
Yeah, I get you. Runner's high.
Always.
Yeah. Interesting. I love that. 7 sessions. So 43% on that one. The next one is fatigue, which this one baffles me for you. 61% starting score. Or I'm sorry, 61 is the starting score. For everything you just said, the athlete in you, the drive in you, I mean, you're a naturally motivated guy, but it sounds like you're pushing yourself to do all of those things. Because with a fatigue score that high, that's hard to accomplish.
Yeah.
56% decrease in that. As a man who works out, have you noticed that in the gym?
Yes.
Right?
I'm an early gym person. And session 5, when I was focused.
I love the notes, dude.
I know, I have to.
I love it.
There was, you know, this was Thursday before session 6. Says sleep was crazy. Woke up at 0200, ready to start day. I literally woke up at 2:00. And
what time did you go to bed?
Probably like 9:30.
Oh, I love it so much. Okay.
But it was immediately. It was 10, you know, maybe like 5-10 minutes. I was gone. Woke up at 2, looked at my watch. I was like, there's no way I'm ready to start. And I forced myself to go back. Woke up at, you know, like 3:45.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, now I'm good.
Okay.
And then all the scores were great. And then I have a HRV, a heart rate variability score that I focus on as an athlete. And that one is very interesting.
Okay. Your workouts, do you see a difference? Is it easier for you to get started in your workout? Is it easier? Do you feel your motivation is a little bit higher?
I think the mind-body focus is a little bit more. Like I'm able to kind of like, all right, I want to hit this muscle, and I feel a little bit of focus on that. I'm in that stage where like I'm running, I'm lifting, I'm doing a little bit of everything. But like right now, I'm pretty focused on it. You know, considering another competition, but like it right now I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun with it.
Yeah. That's so fascinating, man. I love this. This one to me, and when we were sitting down talking that first day, the OCD in your brain, the thoughts, right? How does your OCD come out?
I need to eat at this time. I need to wake up at this time. I need to leave at this time. Everything is very calculated. Mm-hmm. Everything is calculated. I mean, I'm measuring food, mm-hmm. Like on a food scale, like I'm scraping it by gram by gram. Okay. Like I'm eating at that level. I'm drinking water at that level. I'm very calculated. I mean, I have a job that is, you know, that is very intricate, focused. Like one slip up mm-hmm. can affect an entire mission. So everything is calculated from waking up to going to sleep. And then when I wake up, I look at my data and I see kind of like what went wrong, like what was the factor that was involved for it to go up or down, like my sleep score, my weight, you know, like stress. I'm focusing on all of that number by number. So that's OCD, I would think.
Yeah. But it's not like touching knobs 3 times before you leave the house, or.
I think the OCD comes with fidgeting hands. Mm-hmm. I have like, if you go to my office, I have fidget stuff all over the place because you never know. In my car, I'm sitting in traffic, you know, a 2-hour car ride sometimes, work and back. So I do have like little fidgety things in my car to keep my hands situated
to manage.
Or else I'm kind of like picking at them, or I just don't know what to do with my hands. So, you know, I try to, that's a big OCD thing for me. Is when I'm just by myself, I'm not being my hands aren't situated with typing, work, you know, talking.
Yeah.
It's that dead.
Again, the noise.
Yeah. It's that silence. Yeah.
63% decrease in your OCD score. Your starting score was a 27. That's a high starting score, man. Down to a 10.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
It feels really freeing.
What's the notes telling us, man?
I mean, it's really
tell me.
It's really freeing. Like it's only going up, you know, and now it's kind of that like I feel like the adaptation, the recovery is kind of gone. So now the numbers are starting to fade, you know, like level out, and it's only just started. So like you guys are increasing intensity, you're managing how the treatments are going, and it's a pivot. It's just like anything else. Like you get, like you're fixing that point. All right, so now you pivot a little bit, and then you move in this new direction. You have a new plan. It's nothing different than what I do as a coach, as a leader. Yeah. All of that. If I could talk about my HRV score, it's really, speaking of recovery. All right. So heart rate variability is basically how your body adapts to stress, fatigue, and all of that. It could be a physical thing, but your body and mind don't understand the difference between a raised heart rate. So like stress in us, you know, in a high stress thing in a meeting, or, you know, dealing with stressful stuff as a business owner, and me as a leader, like your body doesn't understand it, whether you're working out or doing work. So I'm going to go with Thursday, a week before we start our sessions. Okay. There's a score. It's individual to that person. It's basically in milliseconds, the deviation in your heartbeat. So like your heart beats, there's that little deviation, and then your next heartbeat is how it adapts. Thursday, 55, Friday, 51, 56, 48, 47, 58. That's a 52% average. All right. Our treatment started on that Wednesday. So 62, 61, 59, 54, 59, 52, 66, 56, 62, 60 this morning. That's a 59% average.
What does that tell you?
That's telling me that my body is adapting to change, and it's adapting to how I manage stress. My workout, and a person, nothing has changed. My workout hasn't changed. My work is the same. I wake up the same time, all of that stuff. So it has to be that factor. Like, and I couldn't believe it after that first day when I'm like, my HRV just spiked up. Like, that can't be right. And then I started looking at it more. That's a 7% change in a week.
And the only thing that's changed is we've added TMS, right?
Yeah.
All we've changed.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
What's that doing for you, man?
I think it's great. As a guy who's data driven and seeing numbers and it's going up.
I think you're the very first person that's come in here and been so data driven, but not only that, brought the data with them, right? I always got the scans and the scores.
You have it. I thought I would bring my own.
You're adding on to it, dude, which I love, man. Yeah. And obviously this is your life. This is what you do for a living. And honestly, it sounds like, I mean, with what you do with your food, your workout, every aspect of your life is data driven.
Yeah. I mean, our bodies are vessels. We have to be efficient in the way that we operate them. And I'm missing that piece, you know, like I have the mindset, but I don't have the backdoor mindset on how to manage when things are good, when things are bad. It's just, I have a finish line and a destination. I'm going to get there no matter what, but it takes a toll on your body and your mind. So this is the missing piece that is kind of going to fine tune the vessel that we have to make ourselves operate properly.
When we first met, man, you looked at those scans and you were like, no, that's not me.
Do it again. Yeah.
That's not me, man. And I remember, and this is kind of why I was like, man, he was not the guy that's going to come around to this. Right. And I remember you looking at it, and you're looking at what line, what's this mean? What's this line? What's this mean? You were like, that's not me.
I was like, explain
Explain
the science. I need to know the science of it. And you're like, just give it a chance. We did our research. You walked me through it. And then I started bringing the data that is unique to me. And I mean, what am I going to say? How can I, how could I say otherwise now?
We got depression, we got PTSD, and we got tinnitus. That's all we got left on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with depression. Starting score on depression 17, high score 27. You drop to a 2. 89%. 7 days.
Did not know that.
7 days.
Yeah.
Right? Now, to be fair, when you first come here, Kimmy says, "Give me your worst day." Right? And on your second test, it's the last 2 weeks. And I know you read that line and you answer that question.
Yeah. Twice.
Exactly to what it is. I know that for a fact, right? Is that a fair score?
It's fair. And we were obviously basing it on this week, but my lows are very low. And it's tough for me because I want to get out of bed and I want to go do what I said I was going to do for the day. And it's really taxing because I'm basically lying to myself in the morning to be like, you told me you were going to do this. But it's physically, you can't do that. So my lows are really low, but this week, it just hasn't been the case. And, when I'm with myself and with my thoughts, it's, they're compartmentalized a little bit differently when I can really like hold that emotion and kind of, move it around, dissect it and be like, okay, that's what it is. Let's work on this. I didn't really have that. It was just, I have this whole mess. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just going to like be triggered by it. And my whole day is going to be ruined.
And over this last week.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, every emotion that goes with a high performing person and a person that's present with their family, like, you have all of those emotions and some people ignore them, but like, I will not ignore my emotions. I have to hit it and see what I can do to improve it.
Yeah. PTSD, 95% decrease, man. And that's why I asked you if it was military or life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a total difference. Those scores are based differently. But to me, like I said earlier, like, yeah, I got the brain scan, but tell me about the heart. You said childhood as a man who doesn't like to look into the past, right? For a long time, I've called TMS TFT, talk-free therapy.
Yeah.
You get in the chair, you sit down, you deal with the magic, you get out. Have you noticed the changes day by day?
Yes. There's one triggering event, and I obviously won't go into too deep in it.
Yeah.
It involves family and it involves betrayal and it involves an individual, and like, it would be ignored, or like even the thought of something that would make me think of that person would just mess my whole day up.
Yeah.
It would change me. And I'm driving home and I had an event in my head that triggered that thought of that person. And I was like, I think I'm going to call this person. Why not? Like it was very odd because I've never really considered that. So it was like, I wasn't triggered by it. I was almost drawn to the solution.
Yeah.
Be like, what could go wrong if I do this? Like, why not?
Did you do it?
I didn't. Okay. It wasn't good timing.
Hey.
But it was I'm going to do this.
The thought process changing is so big.
Yeah.
7 sessions. Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that thought process changed that much is humongous.
Yeah. And it made me think about like you're a sim character and like you're almost in that direction. And for me, it's when I walk into a room, if I'm in a meeting or any event, I know my purpose for going in. I know what I'm going to like say. I know what I want to get accomplished. I have like kind of a, like if it changes, that's fine. But like, if I'm in a meeting, I have an agenda. Everything I do has pretty much an agenda.
Calculated.
Very calculated. So this one, I didn't have the calculated analysis to be like, I want to call for this reason. It's just, I want to call, but let me keep going. So I figured with continued sessions and like really now, okay, that's there. Let me go another step. And then eventually that phone call is going to be completed.
And it's just going to be natural and organic when it happens too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, man, now that emotion has kind of come out and I'm just going to drive with it.
Man, neuroplasticity.
Exactly.
Right? That's a beautiful thing, man. 95% decrease in PTSD, 7 sessions. It's insane. The last one I got for you is tinnitus, man. How bad was your tinnitus before you came here?
I mean, I told you about that incident that happened while I was cooking. I haven't felt it since then. So I don't know.
When you scored, I just wrote gone.
Yeah.
You scored a 0.
It was a 0. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
it was easy too, because I knew that the questions that were going to come, and I was like, well, I didn't feel it. It was the easiest part of that survey.
I do want to say that those scores for 7 sessions are extremely drastic. Not everybody gets that in the first week, right? Not only that, not everybody's going to maintain this level of success throughout the 40 sessions, right? Life's coming. You know this, right? It's a journey. But at the end of this, science has already shown us that we're going in the right direction. Science has already shown us that this works on your brain. The fact that you keep nutrition forefront, exercise forefront, and we're adding TMS, we're going to tune that brain. Complete vessel, man. When it's all said and done, this is going to be a beautiful story. I'm so glad that we are documenting it. 7 sessions today. I want to come back in here at 17 because that's a Friday. You're off work. You got the time.
Yep.
We don't have to worry about when you're going to be to work if you're going to be late, right? I want to watch this, man. Everyone out here, if you got a question that you would like me to add to this conversation, drop it in the comment section below. Let's support Bobby on this journey, man. This is a beautiful story already. The way we met, the way I scanned your brain that first time. I love it. How many kids do you have?
2.
2, right? 2 boys.
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. Got you. How old?
8 and 6.
Which one's older?
My son.
Your son is oldest. Okay. Oh, beautiful ages. Tender.
Yeah.
Beautiful ages, man. This is going to be a fantastic story. And I just can't wait to see this all through. My biggest problem in life is I always want to fast forward to the end of the story, right? I'm the guy that flips to the end of the book. And let me read this last page because I want to know how this ends, man. But it's a journey. And that is the beauty of Empower TMS, is we get to see this whole thing through, man. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing this with us, man. Like I said, drop comment below. Let's support Bobby on this journey. And as always, make it a great day.